in a country that was once so religious, there are more places and things named after the devil than after God. So, I don't know how much rainfall you get where you come from, but here in the heart of Snowdonia, on the tops of these mountains, we're getting about 140 inches of rain a year. Are you in inches or centimetres?
Centimetres.
Centimetres, okay, well, you'll have to do the conversion. I'm not sure what that is in centimetres. That is a lot of rain, 140 inches. Bangor gets about 40 inches, so we've only travelled a short distance, but it's very different here in the heart of the mountains. And that is what's so great about North Wales, really. You can be on the coast, and then in 5 minutes, well, not 5 minutes, I exaggerate, 20 minutes, that's how long it's taken us to get here, you're in a very different place. And this is a great place if you like the countryside, either to just relax in it, having, doing a gentle walk, or going up on the mountain tops here, hiking, or in fact rock climbing. This is described as the birthplace of British mountaineering. This is where the early mountaineers practiced really before going on to the Alps or going on to the Himalayas in Asia. The mountains might look a little bit purpley to you at the moment in places, and that's because the heather is just finishing. You can see bits of heather as we drive along. It's the purple shrubby plant that is so dominant here in Snowdonia. The river that's down on our right hand side is about, there's some nice waterfalls coming up on our right hand side. You may well be able to see them if you're sitting on the right hand side. And there's been a lot of water. If you look in front of us, you can see all these waterfalls now. Considering we've had such a dry summer, we've been making up for it in the last few days. So on the right now you can see, I just got a glimpse of the waterfalls on the right hand side. So that up in the front with the waterfall running down, you've got these big rocky slabs. This is what we call the Devil's Kitchen. And you're on a very historic road. This is the old road to London. This is the A5. This isn't the main road today, this is just a nice scenic route. But historically this was the main road from London to Dublin in Ireland, obviously with a bit of Irish Sea in between. So this was a very significant road at one time, and at one time it was stagecoaches pulled by horses. Right, we've got a lovely lake coming up on our left now. This is Ogwen Lake. We're in the Ogwen Valley. Beautiful. And this is the land of myths and legends, of giants and fairies. The highest mountain in Snowdonia is called in Welsh Yr Wyddfa, which is the burial place of a ferocious giant called Rita Fawr. Rita Fawr was killed by King Arthur of the Britons back in the Dark Ages. He was killed by King Arthur because Rita the giant had a habit of cutting off the beards of men, and with the hair from the beards he made himself a cloak. So he had this magical cloak made out of men's beards. A bit scratchy, I would say. So watch out if you've got a beard, folks. But he made the big mistake of trying to take the beard of King Arthur of the Britons. Big mistake. King Arthur of the Britons was having none of it, and he killed Rita Val and buried him under a massive mound of rocks. And that mound of rocks is what we call a Wyddfa in Welsh, or Snowdon in English, the highest mountain south of the Scottish Highlands. The highest mountain in England and Wales. We do like to tell the English that we've got the highest mountain, higher than anything they've got. We can't tell the Scottish though, because they've got Ben Nevis. So as you can see, this is a popular place, even on a rainy day. This is a popular place with hikers and walkers. We're just passing a beautiful mountain on the right-hand side. This is one of my favourite mountains, in fact. It's called Tryfan. They say it's the only mountain in the national park where you have to use your hands to get to the top of it. So it's quite a rocky mountain. If the top is clear, as we drive past it, you may be able to look back. It's a bit of a yoga twist to look back in a moment. You may be able to look back and you may be able to see the two standing stones on the top of this mountain. We call them Adam and Eve. And the tradition is that when you get to the top of this mountain, you have to climb to the top of one and you have to jump the chasm to the other. It is a leap of faith. It's not a big leap, but basically, if you get it wrong, it's not good news. I'm just going to look back there. See, it's a really rocky mountain. Don't miss looking back at this. Wow. This is a really impressive mountain. Looking particularly impressive and particularly Welsh on a grey day like this. Now then, I need to put my glasses on. I'm just starting to see Adam and Eve. It's in that sort of middle. It's not. Can you see the two stones that are standing on their own at the top? That's Adam and Eve.
What is that? Oh. Yeah, exactly.
It's really clear now, Adam and Eve.
It will take you to see that.
It looks like two men standing on the top.
Yep, two men standing on the probably about.
Or two women, or a man and a woman.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve is a man and a woman. You're right. Now I did say that you're only going to see sheep here, but if you look out on the left, there is actually a herd of cows. Those are the native breed of cattle called the Welsh Black. And the Welsh Black has been farmed here since Roman times, so it's a very ancient breed of cattle. A bit like in Scotland, they've got the shaggy Highland cow. Here in Wales, we've got the Welsh Black. You couldn't put any old cow on this landscape. The ground is just too wet. It's too, there's not enough grass for most cattle to, make beef. But the Welsh Black can turn this into beef. And there's another little herd of them coming up now on our right-hand side. Someone said to me on a tour once, if they've been here since Roman times, they must be really old cows. I said, they're not actually those individual cows. So these are the Welsh mountain sheep that you can see. The slightly smaller sheep that you see are this year's lambs, and I hate to tell you this, but very, very shortly this year's lambs will be collected off the mountain, and they'll be taken off and they'll be being served with mint sauce and roast potatoes before the year is out. So the landscape's changing now, I think you'll agree. It's sort of not quite as mountainous. We've just come through the valley. And we're it's starting to go down now, and we're going to head down through different countryside to the village of Betus Accoyd, which is where we're going to have a little stop. Betus Accoyd is in a really nice location. It's on the confluence of two rivers, and it's surrounded by pretty wooded hills, and it's described as the gateway to Snowdonia, or the mountain resort, the alpine resort of Snowdonia, if you like. And it's geared towards the visitor. So there's lots of, dare I say it, some nice shops. Some nice shops if you've not done enough shopping yet. You get some nice things in Betus Accoyd. Also a place where you can get a cup of coffee, get a bite to eat, if you've not had lunch yet. Yeah, and also just a nice place to sort of meander around.
Ja, zo je met dan. Ja, zo je met dan.
This mountain we can see up on the right hand side is a mountain called Moel Shabod. And many of our mountains are called Moel something. Now Moel means bald. So if you're talking about a man's head, it's Moel. But if you're talking about a mountain, it means treeless. And as you can see, if you look up now, Moel Shabod has got no trees on it. And most of our mountains don't. It's not easy for trees to grow here with the sheep. As soon as you send your little sapling up, the sheep are eating them. Now we've got some nice views in a minute. We're going to go back. This way on our return journey. But keep looking to your right now. You can see the Snowdonia Sea. Look to the right. Oh, beautiful! A bit of sunshine. You can see those dark mountains in the clouds. That is the Snowdon Horseshoe. And we'll drive back past the Snowdon Horseshoe on our return journey. So. This road, when it first opened, it was stagecoaches being pulled by horses, and it was the first time a road had been built in Wales since the Romans were here, and it opened Wales up to tourists. You're going to see an example soon of one of the stagecoaches that used to travel this route back in the 1800s. Also along this road you're going to see small hotels, because obviously when they were travelling through they may need to stop and get refreshments, or even get a fresh horse, or get a horse, have a new shoe put on a horse. So the whole area started to open up really because this road was built through Wales. Gorgeous river on our right. If you can see into this river after the rain now, this is a proper mountain river. Very rocky, lovely. You sometimes see kayakers coming down here. So on our right in a minute, in its own little shelter, is the red Holyhead, which is the port to London stagecoach. There it is. It's like something out of a cowboy movie.